So let's go over things in Malaysia in the last 10 years that have blown my mind. So first of all, number one, the friendliness of the locals. People in Malaysia, compared to where I'm from, especially in London, you walk down the street and wherever you go, no one speaks to you. And I've grown up to like that. I kind of like it. I don't speak to people, they don't speak to me. Exactly how I like it. But living in Malaysia for a decade now has taught me that being more open is better. People here, whether you're sitting down at a coffee shop in the morning having a coffee, whether you're at a Mamak store eating your chicken rice in the afternoon, wherever you are, people are more than happy to speak to you, come up and talk to you, whether it's the vendor of the restaurant you're at, whether it's the bar staff that are serving you your beer, or the guy cutting your hair. It's just all over. The guy in the taxi taking you from place to place. People are very friendly. They're keen to know how long you've been here for. They're keen to know if you speak the language, which I don't. Always annoys them. But ultra friendly people wherever you go. Seriously interested, genuinely interested in your story. And it's surprising for me, especially because Malaysia used to be a British colony, of course. Become independent a number of years ago now, a number of decades ago. But still, there's that respect and love for the UK. Now, it's probably got a little bit to do with the fact they send a lot of their children to the UK to study. It's either there or Australia. But a lot of them have been to the UK. A lot of them go to the UK on holidays. Don't know why they would. It's fucking freezing. But that connection with the UK especially is there. But wherever you're from, they're going to welcome you here. Second of all, the thing that blew my mind is the food. Now, I spent 4 years before here living in Singapore, so I was already quite aware of how great the food is compared to the UK. But nothing prepared me for Malaysia. Now, Singapore is still great, don't get me wrong. It's still, I think, the second best place for food on the planet. But Malaysia, it just tastes that much sweeter when it's 10 times cheaper. So Malaysia for me has a great mix of Indian, Malay, Chinese food all together like a melting pot, and it's cheap. The street food here is better than most restaurants in the UK, and it'll cost you 5-10 times cheaper. So food is something that shocked me. I live quite close here to the food street called Jalan Alor, and it's literally half a kilometre of restaurant upon restaurant upon restaurant upon restaurant upon restaurant. You sit on little tiny stools, you pay next to nothing for the food you're eating. The menus are this fat with about 1,000 different things inside, and it's just amazing to have that on your doorstep. You can go there every day if you want to, 2-3 times a day. It's absolutely brilliant, and it blew my mind. Third thing that blew my mind in Malaysia is the greenery. You can see a little bit of it out here. 1 minute, let me go back down. You can see a bit of it out there, but the amount of greenery, trees, rainforests. I mean, KL's a basin. It's got all that little mountains around it, and it's quite low set here, but it's an amazing place for greenery. And just when you look out your window, you just feel good seeing all that green air there. Now, there's still a certain degree of pollution here, but it's by nowhere near that level of some other Asian capital cities. So greenery, trees, things that also blew my mind. They've even got a rainforest in the bloody airport, which is, I don't know why you want one there, but they do. If you want to go and see it, it's at the airport. Next one, the rent is so cheap here. So I mentioned before in the previous videos how much this helps, but a 1-bedroom place in the center of town that's clean, that's nice, that's about 600-700 square foot, you're looking at about £400 to £500 a month. That you can't get anywhere else. I rent a place here. It's a penthouse, 4-bedroom, 33rd floor, right next to the city. Well, it's in the city, and I pay about £1,300 a month for that. It's just, you couldn't get that anywhere where I'm from in the UK. It'll be 4 times that if you're living in the centre of the city, maybe even more. The next thing that blew my mind is the ability to make money here. So because there's a sort of synergy between the Malaysians and the UK, for me, I sell property. So a lot of them send their kids there, or they go there on holiday, or they used to work there, indeed themselves. So for me, selling property here is so much easier than selling it in the UK. For one, people buy property here, they tend to go in groups to hotel events, and then you pitch them at a hotel event and you just speak to them at the end. So you sort of got loads of clients for one effort day. In the UK, you've got to meet clients one-on-one. So there's a limit to how many properties you physically can sell yourself if you own a company or you're selling property. Here, I can do one-to-many, and that really changes the game. Also, lead generation here is, because of that reason, is way cheaper than it will be in the UK by about a factor of 5 or 10. And overall, it's just a nicer, pleasant experience selling property to people that actually genuinely enjoy the time that they have with you. The next thing that blew my mind is the sheer size of this city. You've seen out, I think, both my windows if you go look at my previous videos, but it's nothing prepared me for the amount of skyscrapers I've got here. It's literally like living in central New York. The Petronas Towers, when you see them for the first time, you look up and it's all lit up. It's mesmerizing. They still are the tallest two twin towers in the world at the moment. They used to be the tallest building in the world, but now it's just insane. You really do feel like you're in part of a growing, hustling, and it's amazing to look out either at day and at night. You've got a completely different view from both your windows. Next is the healthcare. My parents in the UK, whenever they get injured, like for instance recently, my mum's been suffering with her knee, problems with her knee. It's taken 4 or 5 years and she's not even been treated properly yet. Over here, now you can go and get seen straight away, same day. No matter what issue I've had, you pay a ridiculously cheap amount. I'm talking like 30, 40 pounds. The doctor sees you straight away in 10 minutes, and with 20 minutes, you're already out with the prescription, with the medicine already. That's mental. That's crazy. It's insane. And that really did blow my mind. The next one that blew my mind was the sheer speed of the internet here. You get 2 GB speeds, and that's been around for 2 years already. There's talks of it even being 3 to 4 next year. 2 GB speeds it's mental, because it's only a few years in London they did a survey of what's the average internet speed per household, and it was like 36. Unbelievable. When a place like here, that most consider Malaysia to be way down the pecking order in terms of economic success, when a place like this can deliver internet and services of healthcare like this country can, it makes you think, what the hell is the UK doing, right? Next, bidets, the little squirt gun in the toilets. I never used to use these, and it was only a few years ago that I changed my mind on them, and now it just blows my mind how I didn't use them before. UK, we know, and sorry to get a bit vulgar here, but UK, we only use toilet tissue to wipe our bum when we go toilet, right? Here, they spray using a gun, then they wipe. How is that not cleaner? Of course it's cleaner! Next one, endless moles. There's moles here. There's some moles that are next to another mole that are next to another mole. You can walk between them. Our moles in the UK, they might be, what, 20, 30 kilometers apart? Sometimes even more than that. Sometimes you don't even have a mole. Sometimes we don't even have a mole. We just got a high street, haven't we? With shops on. And when it rains, you all get wet. Well, moles here, there's mole after mole after mole. And in a world where we thought that everyone's shopping online and then they're not going to shop in moles anymore, they're doubling down. They're building more. They're building more. So the moles here, shocked me how many there are. And the next one, multicultural societies here. You get Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims, expats, Brits, Moroccans, French, don't like the French, but all of them together, integrating into one society together. If you're an expat here, you go to a bar, you'll meet people from all over the world, and I mean all over. And the locals interact and mix together very well here, more than I've seen anywhere else. There tends to be very little, you know, sort of people just showing off like they do in Singapore a lot. Like a lot of the girls will wear the Chanel handbags and like criticize and put other people down. Here you don't tend to get that, or at least I've not seen it. Then again, I only go to a certain number of places, so who knows, it might exist elsewhere. But what I've seen with my own eyes, I don't see it happen, a thing. And finally, for my American viewers, no school shootings. Catch you later.